All right, y'all, let's go duplex shopping. So we're gonna go through two different duplexes on the same street, built the same time, same floor plan, but they are vastly different. So I was just out shopping with a couple clients and we went into these two, and I thought that it would be a really, really good teachable moment for how you guys can spot a good deal versus a bad deal. And the end goal is really what would make this a good one or a bad one. Two different prices as well. So I'm gonna take you inside both and you let me know which one you would buy. All right, before we go inside, my name is Stephen Harris and all I do all day is help people make smart decisions about the properties that they wanna buy or sell. And I'm offering an absolutely free smart buyer blueprint call, okay? You'll leave that call 100% confident, ready, willing, and able to get your next property. It is a bespoke plan, tailor fit to your situation. All right, enough of that. So when it comes to these duplexes, there's a lot to look at. Now we're gonna zoom out and zoom in. So right off of the bat, I think the thing I want you to see first is those trees. Those things are humongous. They provide a lot of shade and probably help with the utilities, but they don't look that great. So that's one of the things that you might end up having to do if you were to get this one, was to chop down those trees. There's something else that I want you to look at, and it might be a little hard for me to show you, but I'm gonna try, and that is the roof. So check out that roof, and look, that tree is also touching the roof. So that is some deferred maintenance. That's work that you're gonna have to do when you get this thing, right? And that's what you have to take into account. Not just the rent, not just the price of the place, but the deferred maintenance, the things you're gonna have to do whenever you actually get into this one. So one of these sides is leased, and the lease on that one is about 900 bucks. The other side is vacant. That's the side we're gonna see. But before we do that, I wanna show you a couple things. So look at that. This is super popular, but that little wood rot on the garage, that's because most of the properties here in Bell County are not built with gutters, especially back in 2004 when this one was done. So that's some deferred maintenance. And if you're a VA home buyer, then they're gonna have to fix that for you before you can even get it. And yes, duplexes qualify for VA and FHA. You just gotta occupy one side, not even for a whole year. So that's something to think about. Another thing, and this is kind of me nitpicking, you see those roots? Like the roots on this thing are gigantic, and that's going under the house. And you'll see when we open the door, that comes into play. So I'm gonna just take y'all through this way real quick. So first of all, a little bit more wood rot that's just painted over. That door, and got a little crack, right? So that's not gonna help anybody who wants to rent this thing, and that'll let you know why the rent is so low on that one side. Then as we come in, first thing I wanna show you is, remember those roots? There's a crack in the tile. It goes all the way down. So that tree is under the house, shifting the foundation. So in the long term, that's probably gonna be a problem. Like there's a chance that this thing has already shifted and moved as much as it's gonna move, but there's also a risk that the roots from that tree are gonna shift this foundation even more. And we can't even see the other side. The other side could be worse. Here's like a standard Killeen duplex. And this carpet is not the worst, but it's not great, right? And then if I'm looking at the walls here, like there's just this little stuff like this goes a long way when you're trying to put a tenant into the property. These are older blinds, so you want to swap those out. And it really just speaks to the quality of the place. Like, oh, that's dirty. You got these old curtain stands here. Let's go through a little bit more. So another thing that you can do is change out the light bulb. That would bring all of this and make this all feel bigger and more bright, but right now it's dark and dim. So before I listed this, I would have definitely changed out all the light bulbs. Then we go into the kitchen, super basic, right? Like you got this old fridge where you could have either swapped this out for a newer fridge or even like the same quality fridge, but something that doesn't have this. To me, this is dollar signs taken off of your price and your rent, all right? And look, everything in here is just basic. Basic old dishwasher. Of course, you don't want something new and fancy because people are gonna tear it up. But these are all opportunities for you to add value. This one's listed for about $310. And I'll take you to the other one and we can kind of compare that. All right, another thing, you see these are open, had a little leak under there. It's so simple to just repaint that. Not a big deal. Add some fixtures, maybe paint these cabinets. And then I don't think you can see how uneven the paint is up there, but it just looks really dirty. And that is gonna turn a good home buyer off. Another thing, look at those AC vents. These are easy fixes, y'all. It's like that AC is in really good shape. It's got an extra little thing here. It's got laundry there, which has got a washer and dryer, right? And that's good if you're gonna put tenants in here. But this this dryer is mad old. Same for the washer. And like, beggars can't be choosers, but at the same time, if you're gonna put a washer and dryer in here and leave it here, make it a little nicer. Like, clean it up. The rust on the top, to me, it just says like hood and not high quality. Same thing, carpet in here could be changed. Needs a little paint, but not bad. Another room there. Let's check out the bathroom. Pretty basic overall, not bad. You could swap out that light fixture. Look at that, 2 light bulbs out. You gotta change that. Like, it just little stuff like that makes a difference. Add a frame around that, could do really well. Maybe tile up to the ceiling there. And here's the primary. More complaints about this one, right? Big old stains in the carpet. We should have cleaned that carpet. Stains on the wall, holes in the wall, right? So nobody is coming in here and be like, yeah, I just want to buy this place, because a lot of our buyers are VA home buyers, so they're looking to live in one side. And if we're charging more than $300K for this, little stuff like this just shouldn't be present. These walls are nasty, need to get cleaned. These are the things that you're looking at when you're shopping in these duplexes. But if you're a straight investor, this is all fine, right? Because it's easy to fix. You can fix all this stuff super easy and then raise up your rents, which is probably why one side is only getting 900. I'm gonna stop at this bathroom real quick, all right? And little stuff, right? There's so much opportunity. This one's nice and bright, but even look at that, light bulbs out. Nice big tub, nice big bathroom. There's an opportunity for something like this to charge a good amount in rent if you were to get it, but if you gotta tighten up all those little things, because they make a massive difference when somebody walks through here and you're trying to get a premium for rent. So one last thing before we go, we'll look at the backyard. All right, so as soon as we get out here, I got trash, no fence, just a fence for that one. All right, and then there's no fence out the back, and also no divider fence. And that grass needs to be cut. That also gives you an indication of the tenant, because the grass needs to be cut. That roof is not in great shape, and then that could use a repaint. And like, these are all things that could really, really help bring this duplex to life. So if you're an investor looking to grab something like this, then you want this, right? Like, you want the one that needs a little love, but you want it at a better price. So we're gonna go to the next one so you can see the difference. So this one's priced at around $310 at the time I'm recording this. The other one, $325, and you're gonna see the difference, all right? So I was walking through this property, showing all these things to the buyers that I was just here with, and they were telling me how they had a horrible experience with their last real estate agent. And when you're going into purchasing a property, especially right now when everything's so expensive, you need a good team on your side. And we are now at about 78, 79 5-star reviews on Google. If you go, you read that, you'll see how we take care of people. That is our whole entire goal, to make sure that our clients are taken care of. All right, I'll get off my soapbox and get back to the property. All right, so I just walked down the street to the next one, and it's $15,000 more apparent. And then as soon as you get here, like, you can tell why. So that's a brand new roof, 30-year shingle. And then look, that porch, I'm not gonna get all up in the renter stuff, but that porch has little decorations, and you can tell the person takes pride in it. The grass is cut, it's on a corner lot, and there's a fence. So that $15K in value just got ate up to me before we even stepped foot inside. They painted the trim, right? There's no wood rot going on the bottom of the garage like the other one. It's just a better experience the second that you walk up to it. So let's get inside. Also for this one, gets a higher rent on the other side, right? And you can tell why. So the rent on this one is about $1,245 compared to $900 on the other side, right? So you can tell the difference just in that, like that $15,000 gets made up in a few places: corner lot, fence, brand new roof, and a higher amount in rent. So as soon as we walk in, I'm not so disappointed by this one. So the paint's not the best, but it's not the worst either. And this carpet, brand new carpet, no cracked tiles. It feels better, it feels more homey, all right? Still got some dirty AC vents up there. That's my pet peeve, but this feels better, feels more homey, and it feels like value. I don't know if I got a light there. Sorry, I'm cutting on stuff in here. Now let's check out the kitchen. So exact same kitchen, right? But look, the fridge doesn't have that little nasty thing on it. Same ugly dishwasher, but it's a lot cleaner. And they got little knickknacks on the countertop just to take up the space so it doesn't look so blank. Old school stove, right? But it's totally fine. When you're looking at this, it's all totally fine. Now, if you were gonna buy this for yourself or you're gonna buy this and add value, it's easy at this point. Nothing to do to the floors, where in the other one, you had to swap out all the floors. This one, come in, you paint the cabinets, add some fixtures, give them a washer and dryer, because there's not one in here, and then put a Ring doorbell out there, and now you can get $1,400-1,500 in rent. Small things like that make a huge difference. But for this property, like, you're starting out ahead, whereas the other one, I feel like you're starting back behind and you'll have to get it up to snuff before you can upgrade. This one, already good to go. It's just waiting for you to add the little upgrades to it. So all the rooms are good, brand new carpet in all the rooms, exact same bath, except all the light bulbs work. Which one is gonna sell faster? That other one or this one, right? Let's go back in here into the primary, more even paint, bathroom, pretty much same condition, right? Except all the light bulbs work. It presents totally different. It's way brighter. Like I said, paint those, add some hardware. That's gonna be the type of thing that somebody renting at a higher price point is gonna want. And now I'm gonna show you these windows, and I don't know if it'll pop up, but you see that? See those little stains? First of all, get you some 2-inch blinds, right? But these little stains, you're gonna eventually have to replace this window because the seal has broke between the two window panes. Now, it's not something that you gotta do as soon as you move into the place. It's something that you can upgrade later on. But if you got some 2-inch blinds and put those up instead, then it's not gonna be as off-putting. For me, I can see the issues with the window the second I come in. You put some 2-inch blinds there, it's not gonna be as apparent, and I don't think that it will put off a renter as much as its current state. So this one, $15,000 more, but there's nothing for you to do to get it. You just get it and you rent it, or you get it and you upgrade it, then you rent it. So let's go out back. Well manicured grass. The tree is in the back in the corner away from the foundation. We've got a fence, pretty big yard here. And then you've got a divider between the two. That's value, value, value. So to me, this is definitely the better choice. You got some little floodlights there, little AC. It's not in the best shape, but not in the worst either. And then just so you can get a better look at that roof, that's brand new. So in my opinion, if I was gonna buy these, it would definitely be this one. It would be the one where I could just put a renter in there today and get a pretty good amount of rent. Whereas the other one, I gotta get in there, I gotta uncover probably all types of BS and do all kinds of repairs, because the way that it is kept and presented is just a glimpse into how it actually is once you inspect it. So in my opinion, the better deal is the one for $325 with the $1,250 rent on the other side that doesn't need as much money to get it up to par in order for you to rent it. And I think you can get an even higher rent in something like this by now upgrading the cabinets and the countertops. You have money to do that now because you're not going in trying to fix things. So you let me know what you think. Which one of these duplexes would you go for if you were in the market? Whether you're gonna live in one side or you're gonna just rent both of them out. Let me know which one you would like the most, all right? Oh yeah, and there's more videos, more home tours on this channel, more Killeen stuff, so tap in. And again, I'm offering a free Smart Buyer Blueprint strategy call. At the end of that call, you will leave with a plan to get you to the next stage in your real estate journey. All right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.